Hey guys, Big Bear here with another battle report. This is going to be between my Tomb Kings versus an Empire army, 2,500 points. Decided I'm going to start entitling my battle reports. So this one's called When It Rains, It Pours. A overview of the battlefield here. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 forest out there. There's also two pieces of blocking, a house in the middle and the house on the far left side. And then there is a piece of blocking river, or pond I should say, in the middle top of the battlefield. So we'll go ahead and cover my side of the board. We have Tomb Guard, 40-man Razor Standard with a Prince in there, 75-man Skeletal Warrior block, shields, a Prince in there with a great weapon, a level 4 Wizard Power Stone, and 4+ Emblem, and then we also have a Herald in there with the BSB, and then the Fencer's Blades, and Ignore Wound on a 4-up, the first one that he takes, the Opal Amulet. And then the next to them is 6 Ushabti with a Musician. They all have great weapons. They're too wide right now due to deployment. And then 3 Carrion, 3 Chariots, and then you can also see 5 Horse Archers on that far left side, and then far right of the side of the battlefield I scout in 3 more units of 5 Horse Archers. Something new I'm trying here, seeing how it pans out. Alright, on his side, he has a steam tank very far right side. Looks like a little hut next to that building. Then he has a 30-man detachment of Halberdiers that are connected to the parent unit of 60 Halberdiers with a little baby detachment in front of them of 5 archers. He has a Hellblaster with an engineer next to it with pigeon bombs, 5 more archers with the 60 more halberdiers mirrored just like the other unit. There's their baby unit of halberdiers, and then a character on a Pegasus. Basically, in his units, he has a priest, a BSB, and level 4 in there as well. So he's using Shadow. So my turn. I get it first. I go ahead and move everything up. I'm keeping his character a good 20 inches away from all 3 of those units there, so he can't charge me. Move the Ushabti up. I'm going to do a Swift Reform next turn with him. Middle of my battle line moves up, try to get in as quick as possible. He doesn't have very many war machines, so hoping to get there and tear him up. And I have my Herald lined up to touch his BSB. That way I can try to killing blow him. The far right hand side here kind of shuffle up because I want to delay that that tank as much as possible. And I forgot to mention before, there's my casket in the forest there. I can barely notice it because of the way the flash went, but the casket is in there. So casket goes off and kills that many halberdiers, and it bounces around and doesn't really kill anybody else. I think it did a wound to the Hellblaster. Could have killed more, but whatever. So that's all that really happened in the magic phase. I do miscast and lose 2 levels right off the bat with 2 dice to make my army march. So yeah, he goes ahead and moves his character over a little bit. That way he doesn't have to get charged. We're kind of playing the dancing game on the left flank there, and then he moves his steam tank very far up, which I'm okay with. I'm thinking about charging this thing. It can only do its points to 1 unit that's touching it per turn, so dual charge it. It'll sit there for a while trying to kill those guys and stay away from my army. And I'm kind of worried about this thing. I know it's only toughness 6 now, but I don't have too much on that flank to deal with it. So other than that, he just shifts his battle line up a little bit more. Archers go up to redirect. His main unit there, this one on the right hand side, this is his off unit. I wouldn't say it's his main unit. It has it just has a priest in the very front left, and that's it. So these big units, they move up, and in them is all the general, the BSB, warrior priest, and the detachment has a level 4 in there. So that's the one I really want to get more than anybody. Check range here with my Ushabti because he does a spell. He does the Pit of Shades, and it goes off and not a big deal. It scatters though off of my unit directly onto my level 4. I fail my lookout, sir. He fails in this test and dies. So here my army starts crumbling right off the bat. I lose 3 horses in that one unit. The other one doesn't lose any. On the in the middle of the battlefield with my banner rerollable and the leadership 9 from the kings, the princes, they both pass. Far left hand side, take a wound on my chariots, and the other horse archer unit is just completely evaporated. So that's pretty awesome way to start off turn 1 with something you didn't even mean to do. So yeah, right, it's an uphill battle from here. So goes to my turn. The horse archers on the far right all die, except down to 2 guys, and then the very far unit is down to 1 horse. So there's more crumbling from them. The Tomb Guard, they end up not losing another guy. The Tomb Guard, they don't take anybody. And so the rest of my line, they go down. I think I lose 1 or 2 wounds here. They're off chariots. The carrion are completely eliminated due to crumbling. So so I decided to charge the steam tunic anyway, try to hold it up. I gotta do something. So I'm declaring charges here. Both of them fail. He gets a stand and shoot, but I roll 4 inches anyway. I've realized with Tomb Kings, you usually want to declare a charge if ever possible. With that in mind, when you guys are looking at it, measure out your charge range. If you're, your movement base 4, so if you are 16 inches away, always declare it if you're going right at them. Best case scenario, you roll higher than 4 inches, so you're getting better movement with a failed charge. And worst case scenario, you usually will roll a 4 or a 3, so it's either 1 inch or 1 inch more or dead on. 1 inch less or dead on than what you would normally do. But honestly, this is going to be the last picture of the battle report with my main line moving up, because what happens here is with the crumbling, my whole army just dies. Just everything starts dying like crazy, and I really just have these 2 blocks left. So if you look at what I'm getting ready to go up against, it's a losing fight. My Tomb Guard end up slamming up into that Halberdier unit, which he counter charges in the flank, and the same for the other unit. They charge us front, they get charged in the flank, and he slaughters them in 1 round of combat. I think he killed 34 skeletons with all his warrior priest buffs going off that I just couldn't stop. So he killed 36 skeletons, which makes you lose 36 more. It pops the whole unit, kills them all, including the characters, something like that. It ended up killing the whole unit, and then the Tomb Guard ended up fighting basically his whole army, which, after a couple rounds, I think I only had actually 2 rounds, he ended up killing all the Tomb Guard. So an insanely bad turn of events. I didn't really plan to run at him like that. I don't suggest that as well. It's just when you're crumbling like that, I didn't really have any other options. So I took what was presented to me, just to try to get him up there, so I wasn't just dying from crumble. But so yeah, the only reason I really posted this one, I know it's short and there's not a ton of pictures of me just getting evaporated. My camera died, but basically the gist you get off of this is that losing your Hierophant in turn 1 is really bad. So things I learned from this, no matter where you try to put a character or your Hierophant, he can die. It's not guaranteed. I played a lot of games on Tomb Kings. It doesn't happen that often, but it does sometimes, and you just gotta kind of suck it up. It's the price we pay for having our whole army be unbreakable. That's a pretty big thing to have over people, even if it does have unstable. It's still pretty big to have. So, other than that, other things I learned, horse archers, can do very well if they are in the right place at the right time. Granted, if I wouldn't have lost them from crumbling, I could have seen them doing a lot of great things for me that battle. And just by the way they were just set up, seeing it on the table. And then, other than that, Tomb Guard are doing really great for me. They end up getting smashed here because they have no support, but they were chopping dudes up. They end up dropping that front halberd unit to almost, I think like 20 guys or something. But the attacks on the flank and the front, they eventually drop. So, other thing that I learned is that Empire's warrior priests are a lot better than they used to be due to their spells are just insanely good. And when you are taking units like my opponent did very smartly with the 60 and the 30 is good enough to fight on its own with 30 attacks, and then your spells benefit both units because it's a detachment. So that's huge. I mean, you can just nickel and dime people. Kind of felt like I was fighting the old Tomb Kings when they used to nickel and dime. So I apologize that there weren't a lot of pictures. Um, the only reason, like I said, I posted it is just so people can see that sometimes a Hierophant will die fast if you're not careful, and game over. So when it rains, it pours. Thanks.